What's up? I'm on Last Chaos, all that good stuff. My day is going pretty good. Hopefully yours is. You can always leave a comment on that if you wish. In order to be considered for what it happens to be a specialist, the adjacent areas must be balanced, if not greater, in the adjacent areas. To be considered for what it might be, that would be considered an expert, and above such, that would be a specialist in that kind of thing and such. It must be in these adjacent areas, equal, if not more, in such adjacent areas that are corresponding and can affect for what it is that you are a specialist. If it is, you are such as that. Without knowing for how that happens to work. How could you be a specialist if you have no idea how that works? But the balance between for what happens to be that knowledge on such adjacent, it must weigh equal or more upon that knowledge. Whatever it may be. If it is, in truth, you wish to be a specialist, and such, the knowledge between must be equal or more, and such. If it is not, then how can you be called a specialist? If you know the other side not. Whatever that may be. Whatever result it is you wish to see. Difference and measure must be equal, if not more, amongst that measure. If it is not, how could you be a specialist? Does it weigh equal, or does it not? If it doesn't, then how can it be that you are a specialist amongst? If you do not know the adjacent information that makes you a specialist amongst. No matter for what that might be. The knowledge must be equal, if not more. Just depends upon what knowledge you happen to know between what it might be. Just depends upon for what result you wish to see. But to not have that well-rounded information and knowledge to prove upon the fact you are rounded. How could it be you can become a specialist? If it is amongst that, you are not rounded. To be a specialist, adjacent information, you are well-rounded. Where anything that can affect, anything that's able to interject. You already know such information as that. Or to be a specialist. The measure of information on the other side must be equal or more upon that decided side. whatever that may be. Like the examples that have been given already. Like armor and shield specialist amongst the field of blacksmithing. To be amongst the specialist, you must be a master craftsman. Upon the side, it would be hitting against your armor or shield. Otherwise, you cannot be a specialist that makes armor or shield. You cannot be a mastering engineer if you do not know how to produce for what it is for you to do the best job that you can do. And tell the ones on how you need to hear for what it is you wish to do. You must be well-rounded and balanced to be amongst a specialist. Your knowledge on both sides must be balanced. Enough to where you know for which way and how it can go. No matter which way, it must be balanced upon for what it is you know and can reproduce. Especially if you know the adjacent information and how to reproduce. No matter for what it might be. No matter for what information you must know to be a specialist. Both sides must be you know. Or any other adjacent that makes it possible for you to do and know. For what might be in your way, you must know. To be such specialists, that is. No matter for what you are a specialist. The balance between for what might affect or what you are a specialist in, you must know that. From the point for where it is formed to the point to where it is shown for what it is, and the methods to make, to know for how to do the opposite of for what they wish to make. Whatever that may be. The adjacent information. The balance between for what it is you know and have wisdom upon. Knowledge is different than when you have wisdom upon. Well, that looks like all the time I have for now, so until next time.